my story is, I've been in blockchain, I guess, even probably about as long as something, but not really maybe as involved. My background is in science. Like I'm a molecular biologist, so I'm actually sitting in my lab right now. I've started this lab. It was my first like real venture back in 2017 when I was finishing up grad school, and it's genomics labs. We focus on doing genetic tests for cannabis and like genetic diagnostic tests, like PCR-based tests, which evolved into sort of developing a ancestry test. And if you know anything about how like 23andMe and Ancestry.com work, or like human DNA, they're not making any money on the testing. They're not a testing lab. They make money on selling data out the back door. And I've always been, in grad school, I taught myself how to code and do complex network analysis. That's what I did my research on, was studying like genetic gene expression networks and how different genes are turned on, turned off during actually limb regeneration, studying like tissue regeneration and salamanders and things, and applying that to humans and why don't humans regenerate. But it was that complex network analysis perspective that really kind of got me diving into blockchain DAOs last year, which was when I started seeing the human aspect of it, sort of forming these nodes and edges and connections, and people trying to quantify, what is a DAO? Is it, is it the network of people? Is it a network of contributions, or with different things? And trying to wrap my head around all that, and I just dove straight into DAOs, and I was basically, still managing my lab during the day and running the lab, and then spending all night researching DAOs and getting involved in Pankless DAO. That's how I met Humpty and got involved with more in the SciComms aspect down the road, as we ended up spinning up Decentralized more recently. But education and communications has always been a big passion of mine, both in grad school and then afterwards when running my business and doing marketing, things like that. I always approached from sort of a educational perspective. So once I got involved with Crypto Sapiens, it was like, this is right up my alley. Just this learning about DAOs and learning about these sorts of things, and being a part of those sorts of communities, to the point where now I'm basically full-time Web3, and just sort of bouncing around different DAOs. Started up Cannabis Genome DAO last year for our customers to basically publish all that data I was talking about. So they own all, we've never owned our customer data. Like, we do testing where we basically act as a consultant. If you get a logo from a designer, you own the logo. Well, that's how we believe our labs operate. You get data, it's your data, but then what are our customers going to do with all this data, right? There's no way to share it. There's no way to take ownership of it, to monetize it in a way that's fair and equitable, until we started learning about blockchain and DAOs and marketplaces and things like that. So been jumping on a bunch of different DeSci projects and publishing data sharing sort of space. That's my angle in DeSci nowadays. So that's my story.
Cool.